Jesus came with his disciples to Gethsemane. He prayed to God, "Father, if it is possible, take this suffering away from me, but only if it is part of your plan." While Jesus prayed, the disciples fell asleep. Jesus said, "Get up, it is almost time." Suddenly Jesus arrived with a large crowd. Judas kissed Jesus so the crowd would know who Jesus was. The crowd grabbed Jesus and arrested him. Peter tried to stop the men, but Jesus told Peter not to. Jesus' followers ran away, but Peter stayed nearby. 3 times, people asked Peter if he was a follower of Jesus. "No, I'm not," Peter said.
Jesus was led to the high priest. The high priest asked, "Are you the Messiah, the Son of God?" Jesus replied, "Yes, that's right." The high priest said, "Aha, he has spoken against God. He deserves to die." The religious leaders did not want to believe Jesus was God's son. When the morning came, the religious leaders led Jesus to Pilate, the governor. "Are you the king of the Jews?" Pilate asked. "Yes, that's right," Jesus replied.
"What should I do with Jesus?" Pilate asked the crowd. "Crucify him," they answered. The governor's soldiers put a scarlet robe on Jesus. They made a crown of thorns and put it on his head. Then they mocked him, beat him, and led him away to be killed. The soldiers nailed Jesus to a cross. They put a sign above his head that said, "This is Jesus of Nazareth, the King of the Jews." 2 criminals were crucified next to him. Darkness covered the land. Then Jesus cried out, my God, why have you forsaken me?" Jesus shouted again, and with a loud voice, he died. Suddenly, the curtain in the temple sanctuary split in 2 from top to bottom, and there was an earthquake. One of the men guarding Jesus' body said, "This man really was God's son." Jesus was buried in a tomb. A stone was sealed in front of the tomb so that no one could steal Jesus' body.
On the 3rd day, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary went to the tomb. Suddenly, there was an earthquake. An angel of the Lord rolled back the stone and sat on it. The guards were so afraid that they fainted. The angel spoke to the women, "Don't be afraid. Jesus is not here. He has been resurrected, just like he said he would." The women ran to tell the disciples the good news. Just then, Jesus met them. "Good morning," he said. The women worshiped him. "Don't be afraid," Jesus told them. "Go tell my disciples to meet me in Galilee. They will see me there."
The crucifixion and resurrection of Jesus is the center of the gospel. We deserve to die because of our sin, but Jesus died in our place. He was the blood sacrifice made once and for all for the forgiveness of sin. God was pleased with Jesus' sacrifice and raised Jesus from the dead to reign as king over all creation. We are forgiven only through Jesus.